Visit us on the web at www.wavelength-radio.com.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
He's live. He's uncensored. And he's on the level.
He's Patrick Adam.
The Patrick Adam Show on Wavelength Radio.
Yeah, hello. This is Wednesday, August 15th? 15th. You're listening to Patrick Adam here on Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Feel free to give me a call anytime throughout the course of this hour. Nationally, 1-800-421-5308. Locally in Arizona, 602-288-6794. I'd like to give a shout-out to Cameron Cooper. Good show last hour. Thank you all for listening to his show and now mine. So I'm sitting there, and I'm at the studio. And Charles and Cameron come in because he drives Cameron to the studio because Cameron likes to drink. And he likes to drink heavily. And I think I said this the first Roundtable, that I bought a 12-pack and he drank like 7 or 8. So anyways, we're sitting there and we don't have any beer. And they're like, hey, come on down, listen to your radio, and we have a surprise for you. So I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to get out. I'm sitting there on the couch with my program and director's lovely wife, Leah, and we're watching TV, and we're talking about life and ass clown producers and movies that I was in, and I was into that. So anyways, I say, you know, whatever, I'll go down there. I go down there, and they're like, get in your car, turn it to 87.9. Was that it? 87.9. So I turned my car stereo to 87.9, and wouldn't you know it, but it was Roundtable here from Wavelength Radio. Apparently our genius director got a device that's hooked to his computer that Y fidelity picks up radio waves, which hit the antenna on my car, and I'm listening to myself in my own car. Nuts. And I listened to last week's Roundtable. And for those of you who joined us live last week here at the Roundtable from Wavelength Radio at Cool Wave Pictures, I was fucked up. It was bad. I listened to myself, and I was slurring. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Like, like the things out of my mouth were kind of making sense. And what was bad about it is I forgot half of the shit I said. I'm listening to myself, and I'm like, I said that? Give me a call. 1-800-421-5308. That's nationally. Locally, 602-288-6794. You're listening to the Patrick Adam Show here from Wavelength Radio at Cool Wave Pictures. Anyways, to finish this, and this is the main point of the story, is I'm sitting there in my car, and I look across the street. And this is on Mill Avenue, right off a main freeway, the 60. And there's a man walking his Cocker Spaniel, and this Cocker Spaniel is proceeding to take a shit in the grass right by the sidewalk, right on a busy street. Now, I was looking at this guy, and I didn't understand how somebody, a human being, could walk a dog and watch it take a shit. And then pick up the shit. And this guy saw me in my car looking at him and his dog, and he looked at me, and I just stared at him because I don't understand it. I don't understand how people can walk their dogs and pick the shit up after them. I could never do it. I had a dog. It couldn't happen. Nobody would walk the dog. The dog was taken away because I wouldn't pick up the dog's shit. And I don't understand that. And he was even like walking around and looking at the back of the dog's ass just to make sure everything was coming out okay. Wavelength Radio wavelength-radio.com. Wavelength-radio.com. We're streaming. 1-800-421-5308. Locally, 602-288-6794. I didn't understand this fucking guy. You know? And then I was like waiting for him to like leave the shit in the grass, but he busted out a bag. That was kind of cool. Anyways, I'm going to go to a quick singity-sing song. Stay by the phones. Give me a call, 1-800-421-5308 or 602-288-6794. You're listening to The Patrick Adams Show here at Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio. You're listening to
Visit us on the web at www.wavelength-radio.com.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
He's live. He's uncensored. And he's on the level.
He's Patrick Adams.
The Patrick Adams Show on Wavelength Radio.
Hey, welcome back to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. This is the Patrick Adams Show, coming to you Wednesday, 9 p.m. Anyways, wavelengthradio-.com. Wavelength-radio.com. We stream live. We stream live through your internet. So now you don't have to go to that other place and then do your password and all that other stuff. Anyways, give me a call, 1-800-421-5308, 602-288-6794. Yeah, so I was just talking about how I don't understand this man looking at his Cocker Spaniel's ass, watching the crap flow out of it while 100 cars drive by. Apparently, we are being led by our animals. And that's why I don't have dog, because it's just too much work. Walking him, making sure, you know, when he craps, that I have the necessities to clean him up. Cameron Cooper last hour was talking about the Don Imus and CBS, how they settled over the suit, you know, with whatever he said about the nappy-headed hose. I was flabbergasted to learn that one of the named nappy-headed hose is suing Don Imus the day that he settles with CBS. She gets a lawyer, and in a Bronx Supreme Court files a lawsuit against him with an unnamed amount. Now, what pisses me off about this is Desiree, you're on line one. Welcome to the Patrick Adams Show. How are you this evening? Hello. Hello, Desiree. You're on with Patrick Adams. How are you this evening?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. What's going on? What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about the dog taking a crap wherever you saw him.
I saw him right on the street. He was in a grassy knoll in front of an apartment complex, right on the street, taking a dump. Your thoughts?
There's not a whole lot to it, except the guy loves his dog, and that's part of loving his pet, is taking him for a walk, and so he can go to the bathroom, and then he's responsible. He cleans up after him.
Yes, but how do you think existentially, meaning in the grand scheme of things, morally, picking up a dog's crap on the ground in front of like 300 cars? Your thoughts?
Well, I think, you know, why is he walking him there? He probably doesn't have anywhere else to walk him. You know, was he an old guy? Maybe.
No, he was a young guy. Very young. Probably younger than me.
his space was limited, or he didn't have much time, but he knew the dog had to go to the bathroom, so he just took him out, and he was being responsible. That's
so you don't think he feels insecure at all about creeping around the back of the dog to look at the poop coming out of the dog's butt?
And sometimes I would do that to make sure they're going all right, make sure everything's all right, because they can't tell me. So.
And what would you see that would give you cause to maybe call a veterinarian?
If the doggy had the trots,
Trots?
Yeah.
What are the trots?
If he had the runs, if he had the diarrhea.
Trots.
Yeah.
What do you think of the word turd?
Sounds like poop.
That's
all. There's not too much, there's not much.
Last week, I was going to go on with a segment on the word turd because I don't think people use that word a lot. They prefer like crap or shit or even poop, but nobody says turd anymore. Your thoughts?
Oh, well, I don't know. Turd's a nice word to describe poop.
Why don't you think people use the word turd, though?
I have no idea. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's an East Coast word.
I got a question for you.
That's a good question.
No,
What?
I mean, because I don't hear turd a lot.
Huh.
I don't hear the word turd.
That's pretty interesting. I haven't really paid attention to that.
Like, the word turd, when you think about the word turd, what visual image what color comes to mind? Your thoughts?
Brown.
See, when I think of the word turd, I think of black. Charles thinks of green.
It's all related though, isn't it? You don't think pink or?
No, turd is a very weird word.
Yeah, it is. It rhymes with word. Word turd word.
So, what do you think about one of the Rutgers basketball players suing Don Imus for what he said? Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't. I haven't heard a word about that.
You know what happened with Don Imus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he called a bunch of Rutgers women's basketball players. Oh, those are some nappy-headed hoes. That's what he said, like on his radio show. Well, CBS fired him. And then he just settled today with CBS. Apparently he was under contract for $120 million. So he settled with that. And then the same day, one of the basketball players brings a lawsuit against him in a Bronx Supreme Court stating he is like, his statements were a detriment to her character. Were like, it's like punitive damages.
Oh, God.
I think that's complete hogwash.
Oh, so don't I.
I mean,
I
think
what's wrong with the world today. We're all going to pay for that.
Exactly.
Everybody's
and I think it's ridiculous. If you're not a nappy-headed hoe, why are you suing this guy?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Taking advantage of
a white guy's millions of dollars is what you're doing.
Yep.
And that's exactly, I mean, she's stepping to his level. Let's say he was a racist prick, calling him nappy-headed hoes. If she just didn't say anything and said, you know what, I don't have anything to say about that. If he feels that way, those are his feelings. I have to go on and play basketball with my college on a full-ride scholarship, get my degree, But instead, I'm going to go sue this guy for probably like $1 million.
Yeah.
Instead.
Yeah.
I think she's stooping right to his level. I think it's ludicrous.
She's just one of those sue-happy people,
I mean, it is, and the
be
lawyer.
Pretty weak if she, if somebody else's words are, going to have that big of an effect on her. She's not very strong.
Exactly, and that's another thing.
Yeah.
They had a press conference after it happened. The Rutgers women's basketball coach sat up there on a podium. There's all her nappy-headed hoe players next to her, and she's like, oh, these are nice, nice ladies, nice girls. They're very responsible. They are in no way and I'm a nappy-headed hoe. I'll say it right now. My head's nappy. You call me a nappy-headed hoe. I don't care. No. Anyways, they're probably nice women. And I only say that in jest.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know them personally.
Yeah.
But the fact that one of them's suing him, I just think it brings, it's bringing her down to his level.
Yeah.
Gold digger. That's right.
Yeah, there it is, right there. Gold digger. That's
say this with me, and I'm gonna go to a song. Fucking gold digger. Say it with me.
Bleeping gold digger.
Bleeping gold digger. All right, thanks for your call, Desiree. Okay. I'm gonna go to a break. This is Patrick Adams Show from Wavelength Radio, from Cool Wave Pictures, nationally, 1-800-421-5308, locally, 602-288-6794. This is the Patrick Adams Show.
I try to read her mind. She's always staying narrow. I'm guessing all the time.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio.
Visit us on the web at www.wavelength-radio.com.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
He's live. He's uncensored. And he's on the level.
He's Patrick Adam.
The Patrick Adams Show on Wavelength Radio.
Hey, welcome back to the Patrick Adams Show here at Cool Wave Pictures from Wavelength Radio. The numbers, in case you missed it, 1-800-421-5308. That's national. Locally here in the Phoenix area, 602-288-6794. Just had a nice long chat with Desiree. I actually feel guilty now about this guy and his dog shit and the love that he has for his pet. And this woman gave me a guilt trip over this guy. She said, well, maybe he just likes to walk his dog and hang out and, he's doing the right thing. And now I feel like a freaking voyeur watching him watch his dog's poop come out of his butt, or his turds. Something interesting I was reading this week was that Danica McKellar, and you may remember her from What Would You Do If I Sang Out of Tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. I will try not to sing out of key. Oh, baby, how? Anyways, Winnie Cooper from the Wonder Years just wrote a book. She had a nice feature in USA Today about math doesn't suck. It's a math book for middle school girls. Because apparently instead of delving into like drugs and sex, she delved into like a math major in college. Got this math, was printed in a friggin' one of her theorems was printed in like the Physics Digest or some shit. And now she's equating shopping and choosing shoes to theorems in like math classes for middle-aged girls. Apparently she's pretty passionate about it, and I just thought it was funny. And you know what was funny was there was a picture of her in the USA Today by like a blackboard, and she had the chalk, and she was at the blackboard, and she had this little number on, and boy, I'll tell you what, she looks just as good as she did back then. And I'll tell you what she's going to do. she's gonna sell me this book. Sexually, she's gonna sell me this book. Because I always wanted to have a piece of Winnie Cooper. I always wanted a piece of Winnie Cooper. And you wanna know why? Because she looked Asian! That's right. Winnie Cooper looked Asian. I wanted the topless hand job from Winnie Cooper. Fred Savage, you fuck! He blew it! Can we get Fred Savage on the line? I don't think we can. Oh, baby, I'll say hell for my friend. Thank you. What would you do if I sang attitude? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Let me on and sing you a song. I would try not to sing out of key. Oh, baby, have a little help from I just can't get by without a little help from my friend. Without a little topless hand job from Winnie Cooper. Oh, say, Winnie Cooper, give me a topless hand job. Well, I say, oh, teach me some math and some theorems. Give me a topless hand job, yeah. Maybe Fred Savage can watch. What do I do? I don't know these lyrics. Can we shut that off? Thanks. That got a little out of hand. That got a little out of hand. 1-800-421-5308. Locally in the Phoenix area, 602-288-6794. This is the Patrick Adams Show here at Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. So, yeah, I mean, it was cool to see that she is going out there doing stuff, writing a book, and not being like Danny Bonaducci picking up a male prostitute. Transvestite. On to other notes. So, Michael Vick is in the news every day. Now, he's going to cop a plea, right? There were 3 co-defendants with him, and he was one of the other defendants. One of them turned states on his ass, and the other 2 this week turned states. Now he's talking about just copping a plea. So this guy gets up in front of everybody and says, I'm going to defend myself. You know, my team's going to be with me during this difficult time, but I will prevail. He's going to prevail in the pen. I'll tell you what, he's going to jail for 18 months. And you know what's going to happen? He's going to go to jail, and he's going to come out, and he's going to play football when he gets out. Because that's what he should have been done, is just playing football instead of running this crap. And I don't understand that. You have that much money, and you jeopardize it over shit like that. I mean, I'll never understand that. Never will whatsoever. Because if I had millions of dollars, I wouldn't fight pit bulls if I was doing anything illegal. If I could think of one illegal thing that I probably would do if I had a lot of money, I don't know. I don't know what I'd do, but I wouldn't fight pit bulls. There's a dog theme tonight going on. 1-800-421-5308, 602-288-6794. So he's talking with federal prosecutors about a plea agreement, and everybody turned against him, which is kind of messed up because, you know, if I was in cahoots with somebody, I don't think I'd turn him in. I don't think I'd rat him out, which kind of sucks for him too. So he's got like rats and dogs in the house. I don't know. Well, I'm going to go to a break right now. I'm going to give you another song that I'm not going to sing to, and then I'm going to come back. You're listening to the Patrick Adams Show here from Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. www.wavelength-radio.com.
She's always staying narrow. I'm guessing all the time.
listening to Wavelength Radio. You're listening to Wavelength.
Visit us on the web at www.wavelength-radio.com.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
He's live. He's uncensored. And he's on the level.
He's Patrick Adam.
The Patrick Adam Show on Wavelength Radio.
Welcome back to the Patrick Adam Show here from Wavelength Radio at Cool Wave Pictures. 1-800-421-5308 is the number, is nationally. Locally, 602-288-6794, wavelength-radio.com. Give me a call, and don't call me when I'm going to break. Please. Because I can't help you if you call me when I'm going to break. So call me now when I'm on air. Let me know what you're talking about, what you're thinking about, or if anything that I said made you think about or talk about anything. I'm going to move on to my next subject of choice is Brooke Aster. She was 105 years old and she died on Monday. She was a socialite, like a high society fixture, a civic leader, philanthropist. She won a Presidential Medal of Freedom. Basically, she gave away a lot of her money. She got her money. It was like family, like her great grandfather John Jacob Astor. He made like $1 trillion in the fur trading in New York and real estate, and she gave away $200 million of her money to institutions in New York City, like the New York Public Library, Carnegie Hall, the Met. That's the Museum of Metropolitan Museum of Art, and the Museum of Natural History, Central Park, Bronx Zoo. Just gave away a ton of her money. So what happened is she was born into this money, born rich, right? Born rich, and all she did was gave away money. Apparently, she was quoted as saying, "Money is like manure; it should be spread around." And I know some recent socialites, if you want to call them that, who were born into money, who don't do a thing except walk around without underwear, make pornographic movies, and get arrested. Which I think's hogwash and is bullshit. And it upsets me. You know? I would hope that if I ever have money like that, which that's a lot of money to have. If she gave away $200 million, she probably was worth about $1 trillion. Or $1 billion. A lot. Hello, this is the Patrick Adam Show. You're listening to Patrick Adam. Who am I talking to?
Josiphine.
Josiphine.
Yes,
How's Josiphine this evening?
I'm doing very fine, thank you.
Where are you calling from, Josiphine?
I'm calling from Scottsdale.
Yes.
Who are you talking about, this actress? Who are you even talking about?
I am talking about Brooke Aster. Are you listening to my show? Because I told you I was fucking talking about.
Yes, I'm listening to the show, but who is this actress? I don't know this actress.
It's not an actress. Her name is Brooke Aster. She was like a socialite. Do you know what a socialite is? How old are you?
I'm 35.
Are you fucking kidding me? You're not 35 years old. Don't lie to me. How old are you?
I'm 35, and that's very unpolite of you, Patrick, to...
Have you listened to my show before? I'm not a very polite motherfucker, to be quite honest with you. You sound like you're about 65, 70 years old. Okay, so let's just say you're 35 years old, okay? You're 35. Do you know what a socialite is?
Paris Hilton is a socialite, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a socialite.
Okay.
Now what have you read about her giving money to people? Her money to charity.
Paris Hilton?
Yes.
Well, I'm sure she contributes to many great causes. I do.
What do you contribute to, Josiphine?
I contribute to the Firefighters Association and the Police Association here locally in Scottsdale.
Okay, did you know that Paris Hilton made a pornographic video? Did you watch it? One Night in Paris?
No, I won't watch it. I don't care to, but yes, I've heard of her doing that.
Okay,
but...
Dean, you know she spent a few days in jail for being a fucking degenerate, right? I've been a degenerate before, I just haven't been caught. But she was caught because she's fucking stupid. You know that, right?
Must you be so rude and forward? I mean, you're asking me my age, and you've never even spoken with me before, so...
Okay,
how do
you need a fucking speech therapist, all right? If you're 35 years old and you're sounding like this, you need some help. And then to tell me who is this actress. I didn't fucking once say she was a goddamn actress. I said she was a socialite, and she gave to charity, and she gave a lot of her money to charity. And she didn't fucking go out and make pornographic videos and do fucking hot rails off a glass table in some fucking pornographer's apartment. I have done hot rails off a glass table before.
Patty,
have you done hot rails off a glass table, Josiphine?
I'm sorry?
Have you done hot rails off a glass table?
Well, number one, I don't know what a hot rail is. And I think it probably to be inappropriate the way you're asking me. And I think you're being awfully rude to me.
I'm sorry.
I merely
Josiphine,
want to know...
I'm sorry. Josephine, are you there? Are you still listening?
Yeah, yes,
I'm touching the
fine.
mic. Gently. 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 Gently, Josephine. Gently, Josephine. You are my love, Josephine.
You know, I wanted to contribute my opinion.
Give me your opinion, then. All you're doing is talking about how rude I am. I don't fucking care how rude I am. Have you listened to the beginning of the show? He's uncensored. He's on the level.
Well, I was merely trying to state my point, if I may.
What is your point?
Well, my point being that this Brooke lady, a socialite, as you've called her, I thought she'd be an actress, and Paris Hilton, a socialite, and a great contributor to many causes in our world.
How the fuck do you know?
Well, actually, I have met her.
You're such a lying sack of fucking Josephine shit. And what kind of name is that?
I think it's a little inappropriate for you to be sort of crucifying this young lady in the radio show.
You think Paris will live to be 105?
Oh, certainly. I'm sure she will.
All right. Well, thank you for your call. Cut this bitch off. Thank you for listening to the Patrick Adams Show. Josephine, you know what that reminds me of? Come, Josephine, my flying machine, going up she goes. Up she goes. My whole point is that Paris Hilton's never going to get a Presidential Medal of Freedom. She's never going to be credited giving $200 million away to charities and zoos and parks and museums. And maybe if she just takes some fucking time out of her day to pick up a fucking book and stop running that goddamn chihuahua around, cleaning up its shit, and read about these people who made a positive influence in the artistic area because I am a big fan of the arts. Regardless of how many F-bombs I drop throughout the course of the night, I'm a big fan of the arts. And I'm a big fan of the people who contribute to the arts. And the only thing that Paris Hilton ever contributed to that I know about is it's a freaking porno business, which I like the porno business. I own pornographic videos. I look at porno myself. It's all legal, you know. And I saw the video, and it was kind of hot. But as a person in a public arena with money trying to make a difference, she should be trying to make it somewhere else other than reality TV and with the LAPD. And that's all I'm saying. And Brooke Aster wasn't like that. And everybody's talking about Merv Griffin and Fellini and all these other people who passed away. And I just thought I'd bring up Brooke Aster because not a lot of us know about her. So I'm going to go to break. 1-800-421-5308, 602-288-6794. This is the Patrick Adams Show. Call me after the break. Don't call me right now, because I can't answer your fucking calls if you call me right now. This.
She's always staying narrow. I'm guessing all the time. I can see the road.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio. You're listening to Wavelength Radio.
Visit us on the web at www.wavelength-radio.com.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
He's live. He's uncensored. And he's on the level.
He's Patrick Adams.
The Patrick Adams Show on Wavelength Radio.
I'm live. Hey, welcome back to the Patrick Adams Show here from Cool Wave Pictures. 1-800-421-5308, 602-288-6794. Give me a call. We're running the last few minutes here. But you know, we're gonna have to do a show next week about. We have a caller. Hey, this is the Patrick Adams Show. Who is this?
This is Jeff from Glendale.
Jeff Glendale, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm a big fan of your show, PA. I listen every week.
Every week this guy listens. You hear that shit? Give him a fucking round of applause here.
I gotta tell you though, I don't like the music you play in between your sets. Though I think you should play, at least during your hour, you should play something a little more uncensored, maybe some Wu-Tang Clan or some Snoop Dogg or something.
I think that can totally be arranged. I think that's a good idea.
You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying. Because back in the day, that was my music.
Anyway, I'm calling about the word turd.
Yes, the word turd. Your thoughts?
I think it's a great word too, but I think it's not as appreciated in today's society because there's so many people have diluted it, and there's so many other forms of the word that equal turd out there today.
When do you think this?
Your thoughts?
Well, when do you think this like diluted type of thing happened?
I don't know, man. Maybe mankind just reached some point in their creativity where you start forgetting about the classics, because out there now you got like dog log, excrement, poop, poopy, crap, shit, duty, dookie, doo-doo, fecal matter, dung, caca, number 2, numero dos, the deadly deuce, diarrhea, the Cosby Kids, the brown log, the runs, the trots, the Hershey squirts, Mookie stinks, Montezuma's revenge, thunder from below, the Tootsie Roll, the Wesley Snipes, and that's just a few.
Jeez, that's fucking crazy. Now, this is what I want to do. Can you bring my... stay on the line, Jeff. Can you bring my internet up, Charles? One more time. I'm going to go to Webster's on... I'm going to go to a website right now. Are you there, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. We're going to do this together. Keep talking while you're doing it. Did you just say rattle those off the top of your head?
Yeah, man. That's just a couple of my repertoire. I'll have to write them all down for you and email them to your website if you.
And do you think Turd falls below those? Probably 20 that you listed.
No, man, not on my list. Turd's at the top.
Turd's right at the top. Use turd in a sentence for me.
Well, like yesterday, I came home from work, and I was cramping, man, and my stomach hurt. And I felt better once I sat down on the porcelain god and squeezed out a turd.
You squeezed out a turd. Okay. I went to Webster's Online, okay? And we got some definitions here. And maybe we can reintroduce it as something different. You with me, Jeff?
Like what?
Okay. 1 is a piece of excrement. That's it. 2 is a mean, contemptible person. Jeff, we got to let you go. We got another caller. Hello, this is Patrick Adam. Who is this?
Yeah, this is Robert.
Yeah, Robert.
Hey, I didn't hear the word dong mentioned.
Jeff mentioned dong.
Dong.
Dong is a dick.
No, dong.
Dung.
D-U-N-G, dong. He didn't say the word dong.
That's because that's like way at the bottom of the list.
That's an old Mississippi term, dong. Cow dong, horse dong, dog dong. It's dong, man. It's dong. So I just want to throw my 2 cents in there. I got dong on it.
Thanks, dude. You know, turdum, flay, tear, thus, that which is separated or torn off from the body. So, like, if I, like, lost a limb, it could be considered a turd as a type of something worthless and vile. So, like, I don't know. I don't think we could use it as something else. I think a turd's a turd. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in this week. I want to thank Jeff, Desiree, Josiphine, and this fucking ass clown who just called me talking about the turds, interrupting my good conversation with Jeff. Not too happy about that. Ass clown. This is the Patrick Adams Show. Up next is Happy Hour host Charles Peterson. Sorry, Roundtable. Host Charles Peterson. Around the table with Cameron Cooper and Patrick Adam, myself. I'm going to go have another drink, take a turd. I'll see you next Wednesday.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures. Wave Pictures.